Hey, you're welcome to today's episode of Chilling with the Doctors, and I'm your host, Dr. Mrs. Izine Eriwe. Welcome. If you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe, and if you think you hear something you like, please give us a thumbs up. So today I'm going to be talking about how to keep your vagina clean. How do you ensure you're not prone to infections? Many times we call these things toilet infections, and that is an erroneous name actually. The last time we talked about how to prevent those thick discharges that itch. So today I'm going to be explaining in detail how to ensure that you keep your private part clean, how to wash your private part, because I'm sure you've heard that you should not use soap, you should only use water. Now, many people read that message out of context. So we're going to be breaking it down in a way that you would understand, show you something practical on what you can do. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. So for decency's sake, I'm going to be using this, my favorite, is this a throw pillow? To demonstrate it. So if you've not been circumcised, you'll notice that you have the outer lip of your vulva. Now that's the medical term, the anatomical term, the outer lip, the vulva, and then there's the inner lip, and then there's the hole where you give birth from, the hole where you meet your male partner from. Then there's a hole in the center. Now, when you're washing your body, most people, because semen has poured inside there or they're having discharges, they put their hand deep inside to try to bring it out, wash it, use all those feminine hygiene products to wash it. Now, when you do that, you create an imbalance in the pH of your vagina. God has naturally made it acidic. So when you do all that washing and all that, you're actually creating an imbalance that will make you prone to having those itchy discharges. So what do you do? Now you use just soap and water. Now we're talking about ordinary soap. We're not talking about the antibacterial or the medicated soap. Just normal toilet soap like Lux and Dove. So you wash this area. If you notice, this area can get very oily because it has sweat glands. So you wash into this area, you wash into this area, but here your soap shouldn't go there. Nothing should go there. Even after having sex, you can just use ordinary water to wash, but don't try and put your hand inside to wash it, because then you'll be creating crisis for your body and creating that imbalance. So teach your daughters too, as soon as they start learning to bathe themselves. So teach them they should use just soap, because little girls, many times, because they don't clean themselves properly, you may start finding stool in between this area and that will stain their pants. So they should actually wash this area. And then, like we already know, when you use the toilet, you clean from front to back. You don't clean from back to front. Sometimes it may feel more convenient, especially if you didn't sit down to stool, but you should use your toilet wipe from front to the back. So ensure you teach your daughters this simple thing that will prevent them from becoming a someone that will be deceived by these fake toilet infection treaters. So the second thing you should be doing to keep your private part clean is to ensure that you use condoms when you're meeting a man, unless you are in a mutual is the key word here. Unless you're in a mutually monogamous relationship, you should always use condoms. Now, many women are afraid to tell their partners to use condoms because they don't want to appear forward. They don't want to appear like saying, I don't know, you too know, you too do. In fact, those days we used to think that once a woman carries condoms, then she's a prostitute. My dear, your body is your own. Your body is your own. No man, no person has the right to judge you for carrying a condom. You're just being responsible. So insist that your partner uses a condom, because you see, the gonorrhea and the chlamydia, you cannot see it with your naked eyes. You cannot see it based on the suits and the perfume that the guy is wearing. He may be carrying those infections, and many times men don't have symptoms. So they'll be sharing this thing up and down, and then they don't have symptoms. For a woman, you may not even have symptoms till you get married and then you are told that your tubes are blocked. So You don't have to apologize to anybody when you insist that your partner uses a condom, because then you are protecting yourself from getting infected. It is not the pills you are putting inside, it is not the washing inside that you are going to wash inside that will make you clean. In the first place, you don't want to get infected, because if you are infected, even if you wash with bleach, it will not kill it because it has already entered into your system. Now, what's the third thing you should do? Ensure that once you use your tampon, if you use tampons, don't keep them there for longer than 6 to 8 hours, because their foreign body, they are going to create a nidus for infection to start for the wrong bacteria to start growing and will cause you even life-threatening illnesses. So always ensure that you change your tampons. No matter how, I know how it is that sometimes you go to work and you can get very busy and then you forget to change it. But just remind yourself, do yourself that gift to always change your tampons frequently, even on those last days when your flow is not heavy. Still change it frequently. Then the last thing I'm going to be sharing in this video is avoid the use of unprescribed pessaries. I see women use menthol crystals to wash their private, say they want to kill infection, they want to do this. Your private part is a naturally the vagina now. That's the hole. The hole is actually the vagina. This other area is actually called the vulva. Now, the vagina is a naturally self-cleansing organ. Even after sex, it naturally cleans itself. So you don't need to be putting anything inside to clean it. If you think you have an infection, then please go to a medical doctor to get a proper diagnosis and treatment. Don't, because I was in a salon the other day and I saw somebody carrying the menthol crystals, and almost all the women in the shop actually bought. I was now looking like the odd man out who doesn't keep herself clean. No, please don't use your body and play. I've seen women put things into their body and at the end of the day the thing closes up. I've seen many times even finger can't enter inside, and then they now start going from pillar to post to try to get it healed because somebody has recommended to put something in their mother-in-law. Please, as women, we need to learn to stand up for ourselves, because many times we feel everybody is doing it and people will judge me. Why you? Oh, this is not the topic for discussion today, but you understand what I mean. Know when to say yes and know when to say no. Wherever you go, wherever you be, do not say yes when you need to say no. Bye bye, Ibadan. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, share away. God bless you. You can like, you can comment. See you next time.